Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome to this seasonal edition Common Sense video. And today we're going to be carving a pumpkin, quite obviously, as you can see. And as you can tell, I went with the classic, like, Sleepy Hollow Evil, Happy Evil look. It's one of my favorite pumpkin styles. The meaner the jack-o'-lantern, the better, in my opinion. I'm just one of those classical guys that likes the classical stuff. And so yeah, we're going to be doing that. I've already done a few things to speed up the process. I've already marked where I'm going to cut. I've already cut the top out, and you can see some of that. Let's see. There we go. And so yeah, and let's see. I bought this like a pumpkin carving kit for like $4 from Lowe's Foods, and it came with the scraper, the detail pick, a candle, and the main carving tool, and the marker, which you can see I've already used quite a bit. And I have the mic set on conversation, so you can hear what I'm doing with the pumpkin, and you can hear me talk it through. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well. Okay, so alright, well, I don't want to take too much time. This might be one of my longer videos, so I want to go ahead and kind of jump into it. And let's get started. Yeah, and I already pre-cut some holes in it just to make it a little easier. I'm not sure how the sound of the cutting is going to come out, honestly. I just kind of thought it'd be a cool thing to watch. And I'm sure somebody else has already done it this year and before, but it's just a classic. You always got to do something like this for Halloween. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty quick process. And just for educational purposes, I'm a big scary movie buff, so in the comments when y'all watch the video, I want everybody to tell me their favorite scary movie. I got a lot of scary movies that I like, but I'll run off a list of scary movies that I like, and I kind of consider horror movies and scary movies all the same thing, because they have the same intention and effect. So I would consider the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a scary movie, even though some would call it gore hoary. But anyway, that's one of my favorites. And when I was growing up, one of the scariest movies to me was The Ring. For some reason, even though it was now looking back at it, the storyline is kind of crazy, but for some reason that movie just terrified me as a child. And just the thought of that girl crawling through the TV screen and killing me just still gives me the heebie-jeebies. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. It's got that classic pumpkin smell, which is quite delicious. But anyway, as I was saying, like, The Ring was terrifying to me. And that's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite. I don't think it's the scariest movie out there. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to scrape it out first or like pull out the guts first, but just for the visual purposes, I'm going to do the cutting first, and then we're going to scrape it out and pull all the guts out. So if you get a problem with that, well, I'm sorry. I get to breathing a little heavy, I'm sorry. It's kind of a workout, honestly. Silent Hill was another, like, scary-ass movie. But, like, the ending kind of ruined it for me because they left it so vague. And then they made so many of them. Like, even though the second one was terrifying, too. Like, I just didn't like how they ended the first one. I like scary movies that have, like, an ending. Like, the ending to The Babadook was stupid. The Thing. That's another good one. The one, a lot of people haven't seen that one. There's two versions. There's, like, a 1980 version, and then there's, like, one that came out in 2014. And anyway, it's, like, this alien, like crash lands in Antarctica, and this like team of research goes and like breaks it out of the ice. Well, anyway, like obviously, you know, just for the story, it like breaks out, but it's like it's not like your typical alien. It's like super smart and has all these like ways to like clone humans and like take over their bodies. And it turns out like, you know, nobody can trust each other, and they're all like in this little confined space, and it could be any one of them. But anyway, I don't want to like give it away, but it's like a great movie, especially for those like sci-fi types. Like if you want a real brain, you know, like kind of like movies that make you think and make you like guess, like that's a good one. The Shining is another classic, but it never scared me. And then Misery's a good one because that one's kind of scary, even though it's like not as bad. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to do something about that. You gotta have like room for the gotta be able to like see the light when it comes through the thing. Yeah, but anyway, The Shining never really got to me. Misery was good. Nightmares and Dreamscapes was amazing. I liked it, but like I've never really been a clown guy. Clowns just don't scare me. They're weird and they're funny looking, but they're just not scary. Sinister, like the first Sinister movie, was freaking terrifying. I think most people would agree with that. Like they did a good job making that movie. Let's see. Some other good scary movies. The Uninvited is the absolute worst scary movie I've ever seen. Almost walked out, but if I wasn't with friends, I would have walked out of that movie. I just thought it was like a complete waste of my time. And this is like a good pumpkin to do this with too, like especially like this style of pumpkin is like it's like old. It's like kind of like not as orange as the other ones. It's great. Sleepy Hollow is a good scary movie. I don't really consider that scary. So I like it as a movie. But let's see. What did I say? The Thing, It, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's a great one. It's always a classic. Scream. The first Scream's fucking awesome. Let's see. Arachnophobia is great, especially if you're afraid of spiders. Like, that movie's perfect. Even though it's like an old movie, it's still like the effects in it are amazing. Like, it's gonna be one of those that like they made it so good, it's gonna be like great till the end. The Blob I thought was really good, even though it's older. I like The Blob just as a movie. I think it's like a cool concept. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Let's see, there's The Blob. I'm trying to think of other like monster movies. Van Helsing is another great movie. Like, it's cool and it's got like really scary parts to it. A Cabin in the Woods. I wouldn't really consider that scary. It's more like, I mean, it's kind of scary. It's more like a sci-fi, like mixed with like mythology. But it's an awesome movie. Hush. I just saw that one recently. I thought that was a really good movie. And there was I forgot the name of that new movie where the guy has like the multiple personalities, it looks like. I haven't seen it yet, but that one looks like another good scary movie. Some of my friends went and saw it, and they told me it was terrifying. And another good one I heard was, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, like the grandparents like murder, like these insane asylum couple like murders these kids' actual grandparents and like pretends to be them. And anyway, that's what they were telling me how it goes. But I haven't seen that, but that sounds awesome. I wonder if it sounds better when I take all this stuff out of it. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Curious to see what people's like favorite scary movies are. Because like people find such different stuff scary. Like some people find spiders scary, some people find water scary, some people find clowns scary, some people find wolves scary. Like it just depends. Like everybody's afraid of different stuff. The Devil, the one where they're in the elevator. That's another great scary movie. And like that one's so, like got such a good twist to the end. It's amazing. Let's see, Mirrors. I saw Mirrors, and that one was creepy, even though the end's a little weird. Shutter Island's another kind of good one. It's not really scary. It's just kind of a good movie. But I think like the scariest movies I've seen recently is Sinister, Hush. Let's see, Sinister, Hush, what's something else? You got Sinister, Hushed. Can't really think of anything else I've seen recently. I haven't had time to watch as many movies as I want to lately. But I love scary movies. Like, they're my favorite kind of watch. The Blair Witch Project, like, really let me down. I thought that was going to be good, but it turned out to be horrible. You sucker. Let's see. Got a handy dandy pocket knife for this. Say cheese. Oh no, I broke a little bit of the tooth, and that's alright. See, it looks like it's catching right there. Get a pretty smile, boy. This turned out, this actually wasn't that hard. Let's see, it seems like it's stuck right up here. Let's see if I can get this sucker out. Jeez. There we go. Alright. I feel like a pumpkin desert now. Well, that looks pretty good. I mean, like, that went down with, like, very little resistance. Yeah, that's gonna look great. Yeah, now comes the fun part of scraping it out. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm excited. Let me do what I did over there and hollow out this eye so you can see the light when it comes through. much spookiness to get through as possible. Alright, let's don this guy now. Here comes the fun, messy part. Sorry if that was a little loud. That was a little loud. I apologize. Oh, Jeepers Creepers, another classic. That's like not my favorite, but it's like definitely my top 5. And just the music from that one is just fucking great. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Like the first one and second one are absolutely terrifying. If you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers, do yourself a favor and go watch it. It's the best, like, one of the best, like, paranormal, scary movies I've ever seen. Or, like, not really paranormal, but, like, oh, another scary movie I saw recently that was freaking amazing was Dark Skies. And it's an alien movie instead of a scary movie, so it's, like, it's just something new, and it's, like, great. But, highly recommend going and watching that. Brains, pumpkin brains. Pumpkins remind me a lot of like a cantaloupe, just like got a little different flavor to it. Imagine like digging around in somebody's insides feels a lot like this. I'm gonna turn it the opposite way and do some scraping in it. I think I'm gonna roast all these pumpkin seeds too when I get done with it. A lot of pumpkin. God, it's so like soft and gross. There's kind of like an inner membrane if you can get to. It's easier to rip out. But anyway, like Dark Skies was another scary movie I've seen recently that was amazing, and it just like shocked me because like I wasn't, when I first watched the movie, I wasn't expecting it to be like aliens. I thought it was like a possessed house, but anyway, the way they did it, like it was like one of the best alien movies I've ever seen. Like the build up to the end was fantastic. The ending is fantastic. It's like got a twist that you like don't see coming, that you should have seen coming. It's just good. kind of reminds you why you watch scary movies. You're kind of like, oh, hell yeah. Like, at the end, you're like, that's what I like paid money to come see. There's a lot of seeds and stuff on the bottom of this thing. Oh, that sounds so weird to the microphone. Sorry about that. Oh god. It's raining seeds. It's got kind of like, it's got all that mouth sound goodness without the mouth. See, there's a lot of like, still a lot of seeds in here, but it's not so bad anymore. I got the majority of it out, I think. Let's see. Yeah, now I'm gonna trim up the. I gotta wipe my hands a little bit. You know what? While we're sitting here, let's give him a little bit of a haircut. Seriously, like, let me cut some of this stringy stuff off the top. Okay, yeah, now I'm just gonna like trim up around the mouth with the little detailed one. But anyway, what I was getting to was like, yeah, Dark Skies is one of my like the best scary movies like I've seen recently. And that one was great. Let's see, but it's not my favorite. Like my favorite is The Strangers, for a lot of reasons. One of the main ones being like, it's so real. you know, you see stuff like The Strangers every day. Maybe not like quite in that dramatic fashion, but like you go on the news and you see like people murdered by family, or like husband-wife team like slaughters like family of 4. And if you never watched The Strangers, this one I am gonna give away just because I like it. But anyway, like, if you haven't seen The Strangers, it's that was a little creepy. But anyway, if you haven't seen The Strangers is about this couple who goes on a honeymoon, and they end up staying at this buddy's house for a little while. And it's kind of like, it's not super remote, like they're on a street with other houses and stuff, but it's like, it's not like in a city or anything. It's like not really a suburban town, but it's like, it's kind of like a country town with houses. I don't know how to describe it, but like, that's kind of what it feels like not quite suburbia, but like not a city, but like not in the country either. It's just kind of like a random place that's like not too populated, but like enough to where like you could walk over to your neighbor's house, kind of stuff like that. And anyway, they're like honeymooning at this house, and this family pulls up, and it's a wife and a husband and a daughter, and the daughter's like 16, the husband and wife are probably like 40, 50, something like that. Anyway, they show up with these masks, and they just start torturing and terrorizing the fuck out of the couple, and eventually like they end up like breaking into the house completely and capturing both of them. And like, not the last scene, but like the second to last scene is like the wife of the people, like the crazy couple, family, whatever, like slowly like shoving one of like those, like, not a butcher knife, but like a large kitchen knife into the stomach of the husband. And like, it's like slow, and like the camera doesn't pan away, and it's just like you see the knife like going into his stomach, and he's like screaming the whole time, and it's extremely like vivid and real. And that's what I love about it. Like, it doesn't pan away. That's what I loved about Dark Skies, is like the camera didn't pan away at important moments. It like stayed right there, and it's like you could feel it, and it was like great. And it's one of those things that can just happen, and it's like crazy. But that's my favorite. The Strangers is definitely my favorite scary movie. Like, look at that. That's looking good. I think we're recording our second video now. I'm going to have to put it in too. I'm going to try to separate the brains of this pumpkin with the seed. Hopefully I can cook the seeds later and we can make something with that. I'm just going to take the seeds out. That'll be less time consuming. There's a lot of good sounds in this video. God, it sounds like brains. So moist. For those word lovers out there, this pumpkin is extremely moist. It's gotta be easy to regrow pumpkins, because each pumpkin has like a million seeds in it. They're such like pretty seeds too. They got like, they have like, they're like embroidered. They look like they're stamped on a little like assembly line. Really intricate. Yeah, so like I look forward to seeing like what y'all's favorite scary movies are. Really do. I'll have to watch some this weekend. Whatever y'all put up, I'm gonna go watch it myself. Let's get this baby lit up and see how that looks. I have no idea where I put the lid to this thing. I'll just put a new one on it. Okay, well, I'm managed to do this without getting in too big of a mess. Now let's put the candle in and see how that goes. I don't think it's going to be very bright. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I can't tell. See. There we go. Oh yeah, that's not going to be very bright, but maybe it'll work. It'll be a little something. Oh yeah, okay, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Set them in Fred's light. Hella spooky right there. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yes. Super spooky ASMR with your boy Common Sense. That turned out a lot better than I thought. And it was fairly quick too. I think if I can combine the files, we can make this video like, yeah, a little over 40 minutes long. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for now. I hope you have a great Halloween. ready to get a little spooky this weekend. Goodbye, everyone.